Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. Mr. Blue Suits doesn't seem to share. Excuse me. Doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see. Huh? Ah! Glare. Oh yes, you did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular! You two are the only ones who said that to me. I can't shake the feeling I just became a shill to a I just became a shill to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright? Sure, she was brave to testify truthfully like that, but I know she's still hiding something. I guess it's time to break those cyclops of hers. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Duxham had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, well, I believe it has something to do with her true identity. What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was just an author. A picture of picture books. To be honest, I had a suspicion almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory though. But now I do. This is the piece of evidence that proves Miss Duxnim's true identity. Miss Duxnim had this charm with her at all times. Where did you... This isn't some cheap good luck charm either. Then what do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like this possibly mean? It's a talisman, isn't it? Interesting. Whoops! This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Duxnim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Duxman's identity. Well, it's a bit smeared, but the painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But the scroll shows the master of the Kurain channeling technique. The crest is at the top. At the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. This crest is reserved for the master of Kurain. But who on earth told you that nonsense? I have no idea what you're talking about. The new master, Maya Fey, told me. What? You mean that Ascolite is Misty Fey's daughter? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor. Mystic Misty! Yeah, it is. This case is so painful on so many levels, and it's not gonna get any better. Maya met her mother before the mother died, and she doesn't even know. Yeah, jump on the tragic train. Yeah, it's there's a lot going on here. Basically, Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one has seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? The Kurain talisman? Why, it's a symbol of the Master of Kurain. The bearer of this bearer must carry it with them always until their death. Until their death? So, Elise Duxnim was really Maya's mother, huh? She was Misty Fey, the master of the Kurain channeling technique. The truth comes out at last. Well, it looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister, After 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well... Dun dun dun. Oh, what's happening? It can't be. Earthquake! My goodness, the inner temple! This Kyle Trevor might... The inner temple? The sacred cavern in the training hall. It might very well cave in. What? Maya! Yeah, Edgeworth will need some hugs. It seems to have passed. Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. We have to go. What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, okay? Of course. You run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready. Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at the moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. I wonder if he's alright. You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. Yeah, she's like, they won't dare to bar you when I'm with you. It's like just tightening of that whip. Just glare at them, just like over his shoulders, like. Whoosh. We gotta hurry to the inner temple and... Right. Ah, what are you doing here? Ugh. How could I have? How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? How? Hey, why am I the one getting whipped? Shh, she's gone. No, the defendant, Iris, she's gone. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What? So, it was just now, during the... It's so easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness, his fear of earthquakes. I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes and I stupidly passed out. That incident, it haunts you to this day, doesn't it? That's no excuse for letting a suspect get away. I can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have escaped only to this side. We haven't seen her. Then we need to make a manhunt now, and search the Eagle Mountain from the bottom to top. Wait, Edgeworth, have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What you're talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. Didn't you think that Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check out the situation? Listen, Edgeworth. I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the trading hall's sacred cavern now. Alright, let's go. Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in. But what we found, something none of us could have expected. How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris! Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? Dun dun dun. Oh. Right. Is this what Gordon was talking about? Yeah. The trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know there was only one lock when I last was here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes! If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you want to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip of yourself. Don't be ridiculous, I'm perfectly fucking... There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That is your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably crying in the corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Felix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. Just look at her. She's like, she's avoiding the gaze, like, she's very uncomfortable. I just like, so some time ago someone linked, or was it I can't remember, linked the animations in Ace Attorney, and like the impact of how the animation is doing, like, and all that stuff in the Ace Attorney series, in terms of game development. And if you're into that kind of thing, you should definitely go and watch it. I think it is I'm not sure if it's Game Maker's Toolkit who made it, or if it's someone else, I can't remember, or Adam something, but it's in the games channel in Discord, I think. It is super good. Why did you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. So we know that the victim is Misty Faye. Pix does not know her enough. And we know that Godot has a connection with Mia Faye. And that's about it where we are at this time, really. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was the right, but what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and... Huh. I wonder what could do something like this. These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Korean tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you were the one who set these locks? I don't think it was that simple. It's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, I'm just gonna double check something here. Just gonna double check that. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. Thank you. That's the exact video. I can't remember who posted it. I don't think it was me who originally posted it, but I just had. It is amazing. Just like if you want to like know more about animation, it is so good and it's so on point. And all the things like make sense when you like see it and compare it to Phoenix Wright. It's not something you'd think about when you play it, but it's just like, yeah, that's super interesting. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they want to make sure that Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks, the first one. Yes, that is correct. What? Iris, try to think please. Isn't there a way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if we went through each one, I could remove them, but it will take time, won't it? Yes, about a day if I had to guess. If you like have to like go through every single combination, and it only takes a day for 5 locks? Wow. Depending on how complicated the thing. I mean, if it's like a, you know, if it's like a pinwheel thing, it's like, if you have to like go through, yeah, it's super fast. Yeah, it's 4, but you know, a whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure. I'll do whatever I can. I gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to be... You have to call on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I still quite don't get. And what that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident, but you were seen at that same evening at the inner temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of a crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted both at Hazakura Temple and the inner temple, it's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. I knew it. There's something going on here that we quite don't know about. Pix is a bad feeling, yes. Well, we're gonna have to go through the garden. Let's go to the garden. The scholars are coming to place. They look really nervous. I'll be nervous too. It's gonna be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow. I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth. Ah! Hey! Don't you dare run away! What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, just get it over with. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. Bless you. As you know, these things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya, as well as Iris. It's our job, right? So, I still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No. Though, thankfully, my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest of tremor, I found myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we still were little school kids at the Sable Elementary School, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big earthquake, the quake that hit the courthouse. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was the defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now, and that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? Yeah, but Manfred von Karma is dead. At least that's what it is implied right now, that he was given capital punishment, or he passed away. Fair. Just dig him up and stab him one extra time. Piss on his grave for good measure. You think I don't know that? I was there, but it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself my whole life. And my life. I'm sorry, Wright, but there's nothing else I can say. Necromancy, yeah. Not after you choose to become a lawyer for my sake, and not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're still stronger than you think. So, no more of this self-pity, okay? There was still something that bothered me about her from that moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before. So, you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look in her file? Yes. I checked over every case file I've ever worked on, and I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be a crucial piece of puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case. No. That woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's not totally unrelated. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. So, we're talking about Dahlia Hawthorne. But where is the... do we even have the... we don't have Dahlia Hawthorne's... I guess we don't have Dahlia's profile? Or am I missing her? Like, where... Yeah, Dahlia is gone. We don't have Dahlia yet, so we're gonna have to find Dahlia Hawthorne's profile. I'll finally get to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks. I should gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, and Gumshoe, And pearls. So let's go to the... No, not training hall. No. We're going to the inner temple. To a suspension bridge. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go and check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Oh, Mr. Nick! Pearls! What are you doing here? Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry? This is a loser's shack where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we found comfort in each other's failures, okay? Got a problem with that? Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Lawrence did a picture of me. That's, great, Pearls. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll cook some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. Stay out of our way! I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. Pearls. Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now, with Pearl. Two losers cooking the potatoes over together forevermore. What am I going to do with him? Alright then, what do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's very well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing. See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know. It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy. No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night. But Mr. Loris... Not you too! Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm something like a nutcase, I beg you. I guess this picture really is a representation of Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was there that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. It looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch as face value. Hey, what's with the look of doubt on your face? Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? And what exactly were you doing when it happened? I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it really doesn't matter what I was doing, right? Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Miss Duxnip's room, reading a book together. But Miss Duxnip was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls? I'm really sorry, Nick. I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power, it has disappeared. What? Her powers have disappeared? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls? It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits. It's like a painter who can't paint. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls.